A warm welcome to all of you to the second edition of the ET Edge 40 Under 40 West 2025. And this is where I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all the trailblazers, the change makers, and the visionaries. ET Edge 40 Under 40 aims to spotlight the rising stars from across the multiple fields. I have the absolute honor of inviting on stage Mr. Reza Kabul, architect and president, ARK Reza Kabul Architects.
Whatever you do, in whatever field you are, you have to be very persistent. You have to be dedicated to whatever you do. And don't forget your roots, because those keep you grounded. And if you're grounded, you will learn. You will learn more, you will grow more, because every day is a learning. You have to learn every day. And if you learn, only you can grow. You got to adapt to technology if you want to grow. If you stop, if you think you know everything, that's your end. Don't think you know everything. You don't know anything. If you say that to yourself and want to grow, want to learn, that would be the great thing to do. And that would really take you to the next level. Thank you.
Now, our next session is all very beautifully titled when I say it is start-led, self-made, still rising.
Radhika, how has your perspective on entrepreneurship evolved from building a mass e-commerce platform to focusing on a purpose-driven wellness enterprise?
I'm an accidental entrepreneur. You know, entrepreneurship, really, you run into things accidentally. You don't always set out to build things. I didn't set out to be an entrepreneur, but I became one, and I can't think of doing something else right now. So it's all about keeping your eyes open for opportunities. And that is it. And taking them. Don't let it slip by.
Apurva, if I may come to you.
If you want to be successful at whatever you do, startup or a business, you need an engaged, motivated, aligned team. And the only way to get an engaged, motivated, aligned team is to build a culture that encourages them to do so. The second thing is, all of us over-index on strategy, but that's just 1/3 of the job. The balance is getting your implementation right.
Dr. Batra, how do you see traditional practices like homeopathy evolving in this new landscape?
You know, if tradition is the root, then innovation is the wings. So you actually need both. And they're not, two different extremes. I always believe that technology is very, very important for scale-up. It's very important. It helps you to build processes, systems, which then become scalable, which would not be possible if you did not use technology.
So, Chahat, what lessons from your acting career helped you navigate the uncertainty of starting Amarzo?
Starting Amarzo was purpose-driven. Wanted to start a brand for my daughters, actually a legacy for my daughters. And I want them to carry forward this legacy for their daughters. As actors, when we shoot for 14 hours, 12 hours, we become very strong. And we can handle the rejections quite very well than the others, So that, persistence actually helped me a lot in becoming an entrepreneur too, I would say.
All right, with that, let's now move on to our next session, because this is where we're putting the founders in focus. And this is where we bring the focus on culture, clarity, and capital.
I'll start with you, Akash. How did you build a culture of innovation in a space dominated by legacy brands?
See, you cannot outbudget legacy brands, the money they have. But you could, easily, through your innovation, where you can get a command. So when we started Zoff, we have asked ourselves one thing: why not? So because of this, we were able to try different in the market, and that's the reason we were able to grow in the space which was dominated by the legacy player.
Sangeet?
What we did was pretty much straightforward. What we did was, of course, sneaker culture is not a culture on its own. It's a subset or a subculture of different variety of cultures, which predominantly is much more Western than anything else, like culture like basketball, skateboarding, hip-hop, running, sports. So what we sort of decided, well, let's tap into those larger set of cultures.
Arjun.
I started at Forest Hill in 2021, and the sector was very clear. I wanted to do something for men. So we started off by consciously choosing high quality ingredients, superior packaging, premium and effective formulations. That's how we started. When it comes to the part of costs, about talking about preserving costs, I'm quite finicky about that in terms of, for me, quality of the product comes above everything else. So even if that means increasing your costs a little, that's fine. That's something which is a non-compromisable thing for us.
Parul, niche hair serves a very personal and sensitive need. How do you ensure clarity in the messaging to build both empathy and aspiration around your products?
First starting point is empathy. We keep our stories real. I show it on real customers. And you can see it in real time, how your hair looked right now. And the transformations, it's really real. We are also serving to cancer patients when they lose hair during chemotherapy. So yeah, we just try to keep it real, yet aspirational.
We're now about to move ahead because our next conversation is all about legacy in motion, inclusive fashion across generations.
So, Nita, fashion houses today are more than creative studios. They are brands in themselves with a global reach. How have you translated design legacy into a scalable business?
I think what's very, very important for a brand to stay where it is and to have the value of legacy is a lot of consistency to what you do. It's a lot of paying attention to your craftsmanship. It is a lot of building the trust factor in your clients, in your consumers. So that's how you gradually build and scale up your work over time. And being able to stay in that mode, yet creating and innovating day after day with the change of consumers and the needs of the consumer. Balancing creativity and consistency of your creativity and using new age technology, changing with times, learning that kind of builds your brand because you are completely in sync with what's the requirement of today's times.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we present the force of inspiration to that one name who literally comes to our mind when we talk about powerful screen presence for someone who's been a model, a fitness enthusiast, and a power-packed actor of the Indian film industry. Please put your hands together for Rahul Dev.
I think I want to thank one very special person. He's a sort of source of light energy for me, my master, my guru, Sri Tarnebji. I think why I mention him at the moment is that whenever one is tested, is one sort of, whether you're starting out in life, and I'm presuming a lot of you, when you do young startups, do that against the norms of society, norms of home, and normally the support is sort of discouraging. More often than not, because convention comes in the way. And a lot of people tell you, yaar, aise nahi karna hai, waise karna chahiye. And that sort of instills fear for convention. And sometimes, especially for people who are breaking paths, convention is not the sort of order of the day. And you need a lot of courage, and you need to get over that fear, and need to have a certain sense of faith in what you're setting about. Of course, with the whole which each one of you have achieved here, like the whole spiel of, having goals, aims, this, that, and the other, and, work with consistency. I was never really tested personally. I mean, everything came easily to me. The only time I saw test was, the passing away of my late wife, my partner. And those 4 years in the wilderness taught me a lot. I think it taught me a lot about myself. I think I am a fearful man is what it taught me. And it taught me that challenges are not easy to overcome. And that's when I think my master came by and sort of gave me hope and courage. And so, which are things not really connected to business, but they're your blood, your emotion, and your responsibility, like it was from our parents to us. Thank you very much for having me.
We are now about to march ahead to our finale segment, which is where we will be also unveiling the 40 under 40 coffee table book and also the felicitations. But we did manage to recognize these outstanding leaders with the help and the support of our research partner, Coherent Market Insights. So what I'm about to do is invite on stage Mohit Srivastava, AVP Research and Consulting.
We are today here to recognize all the top leaders, the best out of the best. So we bifurcated the entire project into two phases, where in the phase one, we conducted the research and gathered the intel on the top 1,000 business leaders across the West India. Now, once the phase one is done, we went to the phase two of the project, where we selected and screened the top 200 out of the top 1,000 leaders, which we are going to recognize today, right? So we bifurcated this process into some additional parameters. In set A, we evaluated the leaders in terms of their leadership qualities, their assessment regarding to that, and we also recognized the organizations whom they are representing. So I wish all the awardees all the best.
We are also officially about to launch the 40 under 40 West 2025 Coffee Table Book. Now, this is the coffee table book that celebrates the achievements and the journeys of India's leading founders and CEOs. So for the launch, I'd like to invite our very special guest, Ms. Neeta Lulla, to please come on stage so that we can have you launch the digital version of the coffee table book and followed up with the felicitations. Ma'am, if I could request you to take center stage so that we can get the felicitation started. So with that, first up, the very first name making it to the ETH 40 under 40 West edition, Bijoy Alailo of TP Link India.
My only advice is stay humbled and, of course, keep going towards it, because it is always said that it's not how much you can hit hard, okay, but it's more of how much you can take the hit and still get up and keep moving forward. But that zeal, that fire should be there within everybody so that they can reach to the next level. And to reach to that next level, you have to go that extra mile in whatever jobs or whatever careers you want to aspire for.
Well, up next, let me please invite Anand Agrawal, Technogize.
In the new age businesses, people are the center of everything. Gone are those days when customer was the only king. Today, your team is the king. Your vendors, partners, everybody who's making the company successful are the king of the business. Our vision statement exactly reflects that. Our vision statement is to create memorable experience for everybody we work with. It's a great platform. I'm looking forward to connect with young entrepreneurs, learn from them, and make good connections.
Can we hear a round of applause as I now invite Eric John Fonseca of Indo-AI Technologies.
Indo-AI is a company which works in vision tech. We see that cameras are basically focusing more on surveillance. So camera and AI, what it does is it will only and only eradicate focusing on surveillance. And it will be more active. It's going to detect, understand, and act appropriately. What Indo-AI is doing is the first thing that we are targeting is to create appization. So the concept is new. So what appization means is that we are creating a Google Play Store for AI models. Similarly, we are creating a marketplace or an ecosystem for developers.
Let me also go ahead and invite Abhishek Deshpande, Recycle.
Your past doesn't define your future or path to success. Your educational background doesn't give the assurance that you will be successful. What really matters is two things, what I feel. First is a mindset. Not giving up the attitude matters a lot, and you can take a lot of inspiration from that kind of mindset. And second is expose yourself. Expose yourself to the situation, experiences, get that right exposure, which can be
actual real learning. So I feel there is a real world MBA you should do, which can definitely give you assurance to do better in your life.
Well, up next, let me please invite Dhruv Sayani, KT Professional.
KT Professional is India's first salon-approved keratin protein hair care brand that is solving the problem of protein amongst a very large generation of people that are facing a problem of hair care, early graying of hair, hair fall, hair loss, hair thinning due to color damage and climatic conditions and weather conditions. With all of that put together, KT started its journey 5 years ago as India's first salon-approved brand, today selling at 27,000 salons across India in 86 cities, 27 states, and 36 e-commerce platforms.
Well, marching ahead, let me please invite Hamza Patel of AP Group.
In a world where I think you hear a lot of, work hard, and there's certainly no substitute for working hard. But I'm going to say something that my dad always told me, which is that work smart. And the other thing is that to be able to scale and truly achieve scale at a big pace would be to never underestimate the importance of good people and a good team.
The next recipient of the 40 Under 40 West Edition, Suraj Nangia, founder managing partner of Nangia Anderson. But we have Chetan Sawhney, who is here to receive the award on behalf of Suraj Nangia.
Thank you, ET, for recognizing my efforts and awarding me with ET 40 Under 40. I'm extremely grateful. I think so. We are in a fast evolving environment today, and everyone's heard that we need to understand and learn AI, whether we are in the field of IT or not. That's what we've been doing in our business as well, where even though it's a consulting business, but we need to be in the race of AI. And considering the newer and newer generation which is coming, which is more tech savvy, I think so for all, that would be my recommendation and advice, that we all, no matter what field we are, we need to be in the field of AI.
I'd like to please invite Vachasvi Gagal of Data Power Infra.
So at Data Power Infra, we are doing responsibly sustainable energy. We are eyeing and aligned with the government's vision for 2030 renewable energy. We are also backward integrating ourselves with Viksit Bharat 2047, in which we are coming up with the big time manufacturing and the batteries. And over and above, PM Kusum scheme is also that the company is also working on. So at Data Power Infra, we believe that we have to responsibly handle the climate change and work towards renewable energy hybrid parks.
Let me please invite Shantanu Basu. Let's game now.
Personally, it means great, and for the first time when I came to Bombay in 2007, I had to actually sleep on the streets of World Trade Center, Mumbai for 3 days, and I defeated everyone there in a gaming competition. After that, I played for India in over 50 international tournaments. I'm the first Indian gamer to get third in a world championship in China. It is this magical journey that I was a gamer and now I started a gaming company, and we have grown 25x in the last 3 years. And our client base are the top companies like Sony, PlayStation, Acer, and many more. So it gives me immense joy that I am doing something which I love and I've been passionate about.
Let me please invite Chintan Sheth Realty.
Modern leadership today is all about trust, empowerment, agility, and most of all, empathy. In today's changing world, especially with the technological advances coming up so fast, the way we do business and also the way our customers look at us is changing every day. So leaders not only have to deal with these kind of changes, but they also have to anticipate them. So today, for me, the leadership under 40 is all about creating the right environment where there is a lot of collaboration and inspiration, especially creating a culture of, a positive error culture, as they call it, where people are encouraged to share ideas and to grow together.
Well, our next recipient, may I please invite Raviraj Vikas Takavne of Siddheshwar Industries.
Siddheshwar is my father's company, which was started 30 years back. We have been through the cycles of ups and downs, where we went through the financial distress in 2018 due to various reasons. We went into insolvency. And now company is debt free and we are taking it forward. So we have survived the wave. There are very handful of successful cases in MSME. I am one of them, and this is the path that we have taken.
Let me please invite on stage Amir Mulani of Playbox TV.
Anybody who can just start from somewhere, eventually he will reach to some destination. So my only request to all the young founders is that start. Tomorrow is the day, like don't think that I'll wait for some day. Just start tomorrow and then you will be able to reach as soon as possible to your destination. And I think such events are very important for the ecosystem to come together and thrive together. And such recognitions help us to perform better. And the people who are seeing this is also going to get motivated to reach somewhere in life.
I now invite Kunal Kanikar, Neo Wealth and Asset Management.
For the decade or so to come, I think India is going to be seeing a golden age which has never been seen before. This is a time when I think you will see rapid AI adoption, digital transformation, a very sustainable environment with a very young workforce at the center of it all. And sectors will reinvent themselves, there will be new models which will come up, new leaders will come up. To ride this wave, I think we need to keep it simple. One is break back hard work. There's no option for that. We have to scale rapidly and at the same time with a very strong purpose. We will have to not just have the right strategy or capital, but also the right organizational culture and talent.
Our next recipient, let me please invite Shruti Chajed of Book Events.
When we started it almost 12 years back, Book Events, it was a time when startups were just focusing on what's trending, and it was very easy to get and raise funds from a VC if it's a copycat model. Making the entire event booking process simple, execution of events being simple. I'm happy that today we do almost 10,000 plus events a year, and that's something which kind of highlights this. So one thing that I would like to say is that you can keep growing slow, steady, that's okay. But whatever you build, just build strong and very concrete onto what you're trying to solve.
Vishal Agarwal, Chrysler Developers, Pune.
The very start of my entrepreneurial journey, I have been already taking some bold steps. So when it comes to right from starting a virtual reality company in back 2016, when the market didn't even knew what is VR and AR. Chrysler Developers has always been an innovative thinker. So to give this innovation and to take bold steps, so we do believe that generally we are such a company that always believes in risk taking and taking some bold steps. So with that, we have partnered with one of India's greatest brand, which is Hiranandani Communities, and we have brought Hiranandani Communities to Pune for the first time. And yeah, I can tell you it's just the beginning.
And let me also invite Neeraj Mishra from BMEPC.
Leadership today should be more inclusive and flexible with the team, where you give more opportunity to your team, where they can be part of the decision making, where they can be they can feel more included in all the company the rules and regulations, so that they feel independent and they feel motivated throughout the process, throughout the life cycle of the company. This helps a lot in growing faster.
Our next recipient of the 40 Under 40 West edition, Prateek Patil of Puneet Urban Spaces.
When it comes to vision and business evolving, business and trends in the market and the needs and the requirements in the market are always changing. And if any company does not adopt or adapt to these particular requirements, it is going to be a challenge. So at Puneet, what we do is first we stick to our core values, which is commitment, trust, and we ensure that we do not change them. Other than that, we adapt technology. We ensure that we understand what the demands and the requirements of people are and accordingly take things forward.
Up next, Hardik Rajesh Agrawal of Sufalam Industries.
The future industry trend that excites me the most is the convergence of green technology and sustainability that's driving all the sectors that we operate in forward.
In the ethanol sector, where the push by the government of India towards the ethanol blending program has created an entire new industry in the last 5 years. Similarly, in steel, our government has recently launched the green steel rating system, which is now going to create a new business opportunity to green the steel sector.
Up next, Chirag Rathi, CS Rathi and Associates.
I'm a chartered accountant. I'm a fixer. So rather than sitting on problems, you offer solutions. And earlier, for a chartered accountant, the role was to save taxes. Now the role is changing. In the era of startups, all fancy startups, even family businesses becoming very aspirational. So as a chartered accountant, rather than saving taxes, we are shifting to focusing on how to make startups and businesses profitable.
The next recipient, Suraj Dargar of Metro Ispat.
Metro Ispat has made, and the benchmark it has created by modernizing the traditional industry of iron and steel into a new tech industry. With our own 60 years legacy, our brand trust, our vision and our mission, and the sustainability of our manufacturing industry. So think big, think positive, think fast, aim for the top is our mission and vision at Metro Ispat.